Yes. What aside from education, what do you think needs to be improved or the areas for improvement in the Datuansay municipality?
Let me think about it. Peace and order is not that bad for us. It's people there are relatively peaceful. Aside from education, economy, environment. I've said it all. Education, environmental
Yes.
problems, and economy. So far, that's what I can think of because I don't really think too far ahead into the future because I like to take baby steps. Because if you, I like to take not baby steps, sorry, I like to take it step by step. Because if you think too far in the future, what I believe, you may be destined to fail since you do not know what obstacles you will encounter. For example, I will plan. Oh, I want to have the cleanest public market in the Philippines, and I want it to be located in Datuansay. You're going to go through a lot of process to get through that. A lot of signatures, and people won't just give you, rather the higher ups won't just give you the budget for that. You have to prove yourself that you're capable and you can sustain it. And you also have to think, even if they give you the budget for that, and thank you if they give the budget for that, you have to sustain it. How can you sustain it? Don't just think, oh, I can make this. Think of also how can I sustain it. It's like buying a car. You don't just buy a car just to look good. When you buy a car, you also need to think about gas, maintenance, change your tires, change oil, something like that. You have to think long term and also short term, but don't think too long term.
I assume you also have, of course, friends or maybe at least acquaintances who are not, of course, Muslim. So, what is the worst or maybe siguro the most memorable na impression they had of Muslims that was wrong? Yung parang the most judgmental moment you've encountered, if there's any.
Personally, I've never experienced any.
Yeah.
People here in Manila are very nice, also in Davao, also where I'm from, because obviously many of them are Muslim. But I read online a news article. There's this Grab driver. His name is very Muslim. Maybe I don't remember exactly, but let's say Muhammad.
Yes.
Say his name is Muhammad or Abdul.
Yes.
He's also Filipino. He's a Grab driver, and one time he had a passenger that went inside his car, and the driver looked so happy. The passenger asked him, "Kuya, bakit parang nasaya-saya mo?" Sabi naman ng driver, "Kasi ma'am, kayo yung unang pasahero na nagtanggap ng booking ko. Marami kasing natatakot sa akin dahil Muslim ako." And that makes me feel sad.
Yeah, it's really sad because it's affecting someone's livelihood. I mean, even if they become literate, even if they graduate, but then, you know, people discriminate them, so they're gonna get less opportunities compared to other people.
I do remember
Right?
now. Something did happen to me just now.
Like you, as in you.
Me.
Yeah.
There
Oh
was
my.
a bomb threat in my school.
Wow.
And there were only 2 or 5 Muslim students there, and I was checked.
Including you.
Yeah, including
Yes.
me. People were making jokes that we the Muslims were the ones who planted the bomb.
That's horrible.
Right?
That's slander.
It was a kid's joke, but it was very insensitive.
Yeah. How old were you? Is that high school? 'Cause people
Maybe I think
like
it was
are mean in high school.
Maybe I peaked.
Yeah.
You know that.
I know.
You know that.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, last question.
Sige.
Yeah, there's like a great movement around the world too.
Sorry, what? Free?
There's a great movement
great.
around the world when it comes to being aware of mental health and how it interconnects with different aspects of our lives. So, how do you have any like future plans with regards to improving like or rather promoting mental health awareness among your people?
Among my people, I think people should understand each other more. They shouldn't judge each other for what they see. They should try to think out of the box. For example, person A. Person A is always angry
Yeah.
at me. Of course, I'd feel hurt because I didn't do anything to person A.
Yeah.
But I would also think, why is person A always angry?
Yeah.
Is person A depressed? Is he going through something? Is he mentally ill?
Yes.
And I also think that we should build more proper mental hospitals here in the Philippines. I don't necessarily think, from what I encountered, or maybe it's just my generation, talking about mental health isn't as taboo as before. But I think people do not understand the severity of it. For example, if someone's going through depression,
Yes.
for example, person I'm going through depression. Person A is also going. Then I will tell person A, who I feel is my friend, hey, I feel depressed. Then she's gonna say, I also feel depressed sometimes.
Yeah, I
Maybe
know.
you understand that? Or
Yeah.
when people say, when people see I'm organized, and they'll tell me,
OC.
are you OC? No,
Yeah.
I'm not OC. I just
wanted to
like
be neat.
organized.
Yeah.
But I'm not OC because I've seen videos of people who suffer from the real condition,
Yeah, I know.
and it's really horrible.
Yeah.
I guess I do not like it when they take it lightly. No, I don't think they make it out as a joke, but I think they're using it improperly, like the word literal.
Yeah.
It's used literally.
Because it's used as a
every
slang.
Yes, they use it as a slang.
I mean, the worst was before yung abnoy ka ba, retarded ka pa, di ba?
That's so bad.
Yeah, that's really bad. Yeah.
And for the proper mental hospitals, I saw a video that the mental hospitals here in the Philippines aren't that good.
Yes.
From what I've seen. I'm not sure if it has improved now. But I do wish that they will have more funding so that not only will people be more aware that, oh, mental illness really is a legitimate illness. It's like being physically crippled. People will ask you, oh, how are you? Like that. But when you're mentally ill, people won't ask you that. They'll just diss you. They'll just curse at you. They'll just call you crazy, right?
Yeah.
They'll just say, oh, it's all just in your head.
Yeah.
But if we have proper mental hospitals, then maybe people will take it more seriously.
Yes. And especially that, what you call that? People shouldn't be like, judged for seeking the help of a shrink. Because right now that's what's happening, right? You go see a psychologist and they...
I've read about that.
Yeah.
But good thing, none of the people I've known who seek help have encountered that. So I can't really comment on that, on my experience.
Because it didn't happen to
It
you.
didn't happen to them.
Thankfully.
Thankfully, right?
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Nicole.
Thank you so much for the